This is the biggest shrimp I've ever seen in my entire life. You guys ready for it to be butterflied? Let's get it. We're at Captain Clay & Son Seafood Market in Delray Beach, Florida. We just got these beauties in. These are from the Eastern Atlantic off the coast of Nigeria. We're gonna teach you how to butterfly them today, but before we do that, I would love to see some guesses on how much you think this weighs. For example, we can lay them down. This is another giant shrimp, and it is dwarfed by this other one. Next to a 7-inch fillet knife, it is larger. So we got from tip to tail an 8+ inch giant tiger shrimp from the Eastern Atlantic. I'd love to see what you guys' guesses are on the weight. Let's go find out. I don't know if that's how they swim or not. All right, wax paper on the scale, tear it out. Moment of truth, let's put it on the scale and see how much this enormous shrimp weighs. And for those that are like, you know, shrimp versus prawn, yada yada, this would be called a tiger prawn. There is a slight difference between prawn and shrimp, and it's on their pincher fingers. But for this video, it's the biggest shrimp I've ever seen. There we go. 0.85. You guys, I don't know if you can appreciate how giant that is. That is over a 14-ounce shrimp. That is just, that's hard to even fit in my mind, a shrimp that big. Up until this point, the biggest Nigerian tiger prawn I've ever seen was 10 ounces. So this one is almost 50% larger than that. That is wild. Ready for your physical? All right, guys, when it comes to butterflying these enormous shrimp, I use two tools. I use Dry Aged Fish Guy scissors, and I use Dexter's 7-inch fillet knife. But a shorter knife for butterflying a shrimp is totally fine. I just am one of those fishmongers that I've got my favorite tool that I can use for just about everything. And yes, I do test clicks as anybody should. They don't work right unless you give it a couple of those first. You want to get a nice good handle underneath his belly. Take your scissors, puncture the membrane there, and we're just gonna nice and easy go right down the middle. On those horns, you might have to choose one side or another. That's totally okay. And then I come right here and I cut all the way through on the front. So the front is the only spot that I'm fully separating it. And I do the same thing to the tail. We're just gonna work our way all the way down, all the way. Beautiful. We're gonna take our fillet knife, and first we're gonna go all the way down that tail to the bottom. Flip them around. I'm doing it this way so that way I'm not dragging the guts of the head into the tail. Now we're gonna be able to open them up. We didn't get all those guts from the head all over the tail. What we just have here is a giant line of poop. I mean, look at this, you guys. This is, all of this is his poop. Usually in seafood markets, they say, would you like me to devein it? Because calling it a vein sounds a lot prettier than calling it a big pile of poop, but that's what it is. A little bit more noticeable on shrimp this large. And we're going forward, not backwards. So that way we're getting as little of it on the meat as possible. And there we go. Now we're gonna flip it around and we're gonna scoop all these guts out. All right, and now that all of his guts are removed, we're going to use this saltwater and ice bath, and we're gonna fully submerge them and rub out those insides. Get real nice and intimate with it. And we're gonna pick them up, drain out all that ice, all that moisture. This is just a rinse. This is not a soak. You don't want it sitting in it like if you're brining meat. And there you go. There is your gorgeous butterflied Nigerian tiger prawn. He is absolutely beautiful, and the way you butterfly him, he can lay flat, meat side down on a grill or a cast iron pan, able to get those beautiful grill lines across your meat, which is what you want to look for. At the end of the day, it's still a shrimp. You do not want to cook it long at all. Now, it's good to note that Nigerian tiger prawns do not have a strong standalone flavor. They are just mild white meat. They taste like shrimp, but it's not going to be like a Key West pink or a royal red shrimp that have a profound standalone flavor. So these are phenomenal for anything that you want to soak up flavor of other things, which is why you often see them in ramens, stir fries, and other dishes that have a lot more flavors going on. If any of you guys have ever worked with these shrimp, I'd love for you to let me know how you like to prepare them so I could try out some of your recipes. I'm gonna at least pick one of your recipes in the comments and turn it into a short form video, so that way I myself can get a little bit more experience cooking and eating these. I've only eaten them a handful of times, so I really look forward to experimenting with them. You guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. Hope you all have a killer day. We'll catch you on the next one.